what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Master TV. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Master TV. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Master TV. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Master TV. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Yeah, buddy, that's right. Get exposure right now. Holler at the homie Paul Mash, man, for Paul Mash TV. Hit up Paul Mash TV across all social media sites, alright? Who we got next? Got next.
Well, hello there. It's Paul Mash TV time. Thanks for joining us again. And we got a great interview coming up. Before we do, thank you again, as usual, for your feedback. We get it all the time, and we just love hearing from you. And if you're one of those that hasn't done it yet, there's a couple different ways you can do it. You can email us at paulmashtv, all one word, at gmail.com. And you can use that not just for fan information, but use it for solo or band information if you're wanting to be on the show. And you'll always get a response, and we'll talk to you about that. And also go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/PaulMashTV. You can like the page and inbox us, even respond to the interviews in question. We'd love to hear from you there. And if you're watching this right now on YouTube, just click that subscribe button, hit the bell, and you'll always get the latest interviews whenever they become available. And you can also respond to that video in question. And if you want us to recap that, don't worry about it. We have a credit screen at the end of the show, and you can get a paper and pen handy and write all that down. So we hope that you do that for us, and we'll see you then. We have Kellye from Kellye and the Interruptions from Asbury Park, New Jersey, and a very talented group. And I think you'll see that when we show it in just a moment. And we'll get to that, but first, let's have a quick word from Click Jam. Don't go away.
Does anyone know where Lou is? Anyone? Let's jam.
We're fabulous nobodies, doing for the crushed and the broken hearted. We're fabulous nobodies, doing 'cause we can and we just got started. Come on and bang.
Well, hello there. It's time for interview again. And from Asbury Park, New Jersey, we have Kellye from Kellye and the Interruptions. Thanks for joining us, Katye.
Hey, thanks for having me, Paul.
Hey, no problem. I think we've had a little problem getting on the show, but we finally got you there, so we're glad that you could join us today.
Yep. We appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. One of the questions I like to ask around here is we'd like to know a little bit about why you decided to become a musician, because everyone has their own story. We'd love to hear yours.
I don't know that I necessarily decided to become a musician so much as it found me. I've always been a musical person. I'm told I sang before I could talk. My mom is a graduate of the Cincinnati Conservatory of Music, so we always had music playing in our house, and we were singing and playing piano and just really immersed in it. So I don't know how to be anything else.
Oh, okay. Well, that is a good story. And I think a lot of people, on the show has been saying that, they've sung before they could even talk. And I think that pretty much means a lot to a lot of people, I think. So, well, why don't you tell us a little bit about the inspirations, like the popular musicians that really inspired you to become a musician? Do you have any in mind? I'm sure you have a lot, though.
I do have a lot of influencers. Really, they're kind of all over the place. Probably my favorite band ever is The Who. So I love the way they tell stories in their songs, but also the girl groups from the 60s, especially the Phil Spector Wall of Sound kind of thing, the songwriting of Carole King, and the emotion that goes into her songs and the way that whoever is singing it can make it their own really easily. Other influences. I'm also an old punk rocker. Back in the 80s, I was in an all-female punk band. So the Ramones, the Talking Heads, Blondie, all of those are strong musical influences. And I've been blessed to have some of the members of some of those bands actually kind of pull me along and give me a hand over the years, give me feedback on my music and so on.
Yeah, no, those are some pretty good ones there. I've forgotten about a couple of them, but yeah, those are pretty much my favorites too, I think, back in the day. So why don't we talk about your albums now? I know you probably had a few albums. Maybe you're getting ready to come out with some more as well. Maybe you could talk a little bit about that with us.
Well, actually, we have an EP out presently. That's called Vanity Project. It's 3 songs. They may be autobiographical, they may not be. I'm kind of holding my tongue on that one, but let's just say if you're the subject of one of the songs, you should be ashamed of yourself. And going from there, we have an LP coming out later this year. We're actually getting ready to launch a Kickstarter to record the other 6 songs, and that's called Late Bloomer. It kind of describes the journey that I've been on for the past 35 years. I've been a musician for a long time. I've been writing songs since the age of 14 and performing live pretty much most of that time until about 35 years ago when I walked away from everything because of a record deal gone bad. Let's just say that my band and I did not feel comfortable negotiating the contract horizontally. So we all went and did other things and had lives. But a couple of years ago, I ended up getting back into it when my best friend, who is also a guitarist and is also the rhythm guitarist for Kellye and the Interruption, said he always wanted to be in a band. We just happened to be at the music store where he was having a guitar set up. Because he's played for years and years and years, but he was never in a band. And we know the guy at the store pretty well. And he said, there are some people that just moved in upstairs that you should talk to. And it's Lake House Music Academy and Lake House Recording Studios. And what they do is put together bands of adults who always wanted to be in a band. Well, his name is also Paul, wanted to try it, but he didn't really feel comfortable jumping into it and just doing it by himself completely. So he asked if I would join him. And I thought, well, sure, I've been in bands before. I'll do this for a little bit. And kind of like the mom bowing out when the kindergarten kid feels a little more comfortable on their own at school, I thought I'd be there a couple of weeks, and that was that. But I missed it. And a lot of the songs on the album talk about how I got back into music and some of the things that I've seen and done and the people that I've met along the way. The first 6 songs on the album were recorded with the help of a really wonderful wrecking crew at Lake House Studios. It's a beautiful facility if anyone ever wants someplace to record on the Jersey Shore, kind of get that inspiration from the sea air that inspired people like Southside Johnny and Bruce Springsteen. It's the place to go. It's set up like Electric Ladyland. But I worked with those folks, and I've since recruited a really wonderful band of otherwise seasoned musicians that have been in a lot of other local and touring bands. And we're looking forward to what's next, which is finishing the album with the next 6 songs.
Oh, okay. So you can get a lot of your past albums, you get that like on digital format. Can you get in physical copies of it?
We don't have physical copies. Everything is digital. We're on all of the major streaming services as well as Apple Music and Amazon.
Okay.
But we're probably going to release the LP, Vanity Project, on both. The idea is hold off for vinyl on that, and especially since vinyl's coming back, which is great because to me it never really left.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sure we'll all have a chance to get that album whenever you can get that. Right now, we're getting ready to watch a music video from you. Why don't you tell us the title of it, and if there's a story behind it, we'd love to hear about that.
This is called Unoriginal Sins, and it's the third song on the EP, which once again is Vanity Project. And it's about a relationship that's emotionally abusive.
Okay. Well, as I said a moment ago, we'll watch that in just a minute, but I think that's about all I can think of at this point. But Katye, we love having you on the show. We'd love to have you back again sometime if you got anything new to plug for us.
Absolutely. We may drop a single before the album is completed. If we do, I will absolutely let you know. But thank you so much for having me on the show. Next time, I'll bring the rest of the band.
Okay, well, that'll be good. I love to talk with them sometime. But anyway, let's watch this Unoriginal Sin, I think you said it was, by Katye, Kellye and the Interruptions, and we'll watch that right now. Here we go.